with the educated opinion on topics of all varieties. Yo, it's your boy Bubba, and you are listening to Bubba's Banter. Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names, right? But I am anyways. It's your boy Bubba, and you are listening to Bubba's Banter. I need to stop doing that. No, I'm playing. I need to stop doing shit because this is my shit. But I hope you guys are living well, feeling well. I am doing great and gravy, y'all. Living well, feeling well, and I hope you guys are doing so. I just want to say thank you guys for listening to your boy's last show with my boy Kill. That was a really good show. I'm so sorry that I did not promote that show as much. That was my birthday weekend. I released it on my birthday. I was so focused on me that I was just like, everything me. It's about me that day. And so like that whole entire week, that whole entire weekend actually, I was just very, very busy and just didn't get time to promote it. I think next like this week, once I drop this show, like you'll see some promos from that show in this show, because some of the girls was in the DMs trying to tussle with me about what I was saying on there. There's some things that are very true. One of the things I will say is that I personally do believe that there are a lot of bears out there black bears who complain about, being in these spaces that tend to be racist, but don't want to create a space for us. Like if you want to have something that's very bear centric, you want to have more spaces like that, we can create them. There's enough of us. We may be scattered in different states, but there's enough of us to where we can go to black bear events. We can make those events happen. It's not like it's not possible to happen. We can make them happen. Do we want to make them happen, or do we want to stay in these other spaces where we feel a certain type of way and we get treated a certain type of way? That's what I'm trying to convey. I'm not trying to say that, like, I love going to all the bear parties. I have a good time because I have a good friend group. I don't always go there with the idea of hooking up with people. Like, I think I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. Your boy just turned 35. So, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I don't always go to those spaces just wanting to hook up. Like it's fun to hook up, but like, it's just also just like something I don't necessarily need when I go to these spaces. So, I love going to these spaces and hanging out and, doing certain things. I don't necessarily need to hook up with anybody and do anything with anybody. So that's just my thing. So I'm feeling like if we want to make spaces where, we can all come together and hang out and celebrate each other, then we can do that. And I feel like we should do that more, and we should focus on that more. That's all I was trying to convey, but there's just some things in the bear community that really needs to be talked about, and maybe I'm going to talk about that more on this podcast, maybe later on with some other folks. But I do personally do believe that that's kind of how it is. So it is what it is. So if y'all want to tussle with your boy, go ahead and keep tussling with me. I'm going to post some more some promo from that show, because I was going in. I was going in on some of y'all. And I know some of y'all took it personal, because y'all was the people that I was wanting to take it personal, because, yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to go too deep into that, because I got to do my own show today. So, guys, today is going to be a solo dolo, and I want to announce this is going to be the last episode before the finale. Yes, this is going to be the last episode finale. I'm not going to tell y'all who I'm going to have in the finale. He's been on my finale like 2 times, though, I think. So, y'all probably already know who it is, but I'm not going to say who it is until we do the show. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing, and supporting me. I really don't know where I would be without you guys listening to my show. I know season 5, I'm going to do some big things. I just need to get some things under wrap first, and then we'll see what season 5 looks like. But I want to bring you guys a lot of different things season 5. So we'll see what's going to pop. Okay. But I'm telling y'all, season 5 is going to pop. It's going to pop different, personally. That's how I feel. But yeah, let's get into the show today. It's just gonna be me. I'm just gonna banter with y'all, and we gonna get it in. I got some shit I want to talk about, some shit I want to get off my chest, because I've been going through some shit lately, and I'm just like reading shit on social media and just seeing certain things. I'm just like, I want to rant today. I want to rant today. But before we start ranting, y'all already know what I'm about to do. Y'all know where to follow me at, right? Which is Bubba's Banter Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Please follow and like my Facebook page, which is Bubba's Banter. I'm still working on my website. I was doing the WordPress shit, but that shit is so weird and so hard. I really think I need to just sit down with someone and get them to help me make a website and just put money into it, make an investment of it, because I do think that it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. y'all know me. I'm a one band man. I like doing everything by myself because I know how I like things to look. And so, which is it's toxic to have that type of habit. It is very toxic. That might be the theme today, is toxicity to talk about, because I think it's a very toxic thing to like always want to do everything by yourself. It's okay to get help sometimes, but whatever. But yeah, follow those pages, y'all. Follow those pages, please. Also, y'all already know what it is. You know what it is. Do I gotta say it again? You know what it is. Go get those bearskin underwear, y'all. Please go get them. They were designed with the big boy in mind. So go get those underwear. Please go get those underwear. They just dropped the Orange Grove pair. And y'all know who was starred in that, right? Yes, your boy was the bearskin model of this month. Hey. So go get those underwear. Please go get those underwear. Use my promo code, which is Bubba. You'll get 15% off in your order. But please go get them. I love them. It was a really fun shoot. The photographer, he did a really, really good job. And every time I shoot with this dude, I just feel comfortable and happy. And he makes me feel good when I shoot with him. So like, I think that's one of the good things about a photographer. Like, when a photographer can teach you how to model and move and how they want to capture the shot, that just makes things so much better for me. Like, I think I love working with photographers who can do who can model you and get shots for you. Like, that's one of the things that I really love the most about a photographer who's telling you exactly what to do, how to move, how to get the shot. Like, yeah, photographers like that are great. So shout out to Bearskin. I love working with them. I love modeling for them. They are the sweetest people. Bjorn and Jody are like the sweetest people. I love being around them and working with them, and they make me feel so comfortable, and they make me feel like I'm at home. So like I feel comfortable around them after studio. I think one of my biggest fears is like always going somewhere and taking pictures with people and not being able to develop a certain thing because I'm uncomfortable, but they make a very, very, very comfortable environment. And like, I think that's very, very important when you go shoot somewhere and they make you feel comfortable shooting. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, let's get head onto this motherfucking show, y'all. So y'all already know about this government shutdown, right? And how they averted it. And now we got a 45-day government shutdown. Like, y'all don't understand like how bad, like, I'm sorry. Personally, I think the government shutdown is so stupid. I think it's so stupid. And it's like, do you guys understand what this does for people like me who are federal workers? That shit affects me as a federal TSA agent or officer. I hate saying agent, y'all, because we don't call ourselves agent at work. We are officers. We are federal officers. We get sworn in and everything. We not just like, yeah, we're federal officers. We get sworn in and all that shit. So we don't like calling each other agents. But anyways, it's frustrating sometimes when you have to deal with stuff like that. Like, it affects my job. It also affects people who need to get food for their children. Like, all those government assistant, things like, like, I don't want to say welfare, but because I know when I say welfare, people think food stamps, but it does affect food stamps, but just all types of things under that umbrella of welfare, like it affects that. And so I just think it's so fucking stupid that these people are literally shutting down the government over something that's so stupid. And it happens almost every year where they're threatening to shut down the government because certain things are not being met. It's so fucking stupid. And it hurts the fucking people. Like, you motherfuckers are still going to be getting paid. You guys are going to be getting paid while I got to go to work. And even if I do get paid back, it does not matter. I still have to come to work. I still have bills and I still have rent, and I have a car note. I still have things that I need to pay off. And that hurts me. And it also hurts my family and other people's family. Like, that's what, like, I don't have children, but I still take care of folks. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my own, but I'm just saying, like, people need to understand that, like, this really does affect people when these fucking politicians in here get in here and do all this. Like, that's why I think we need to just wipe the House, Congress, all the president. Like, we need to wipe this shit and get people in there who are of a certain age bracket. I don't want to sound ageist and make it seem like, old people don't know how to do their jobs. But honestly, I feel like we have so many older people in politics and politicians. We have these career politicians who are like 60 and 70, and they live their life in a certain way, and they're so out of touch how we live as American people, especially the younger adults, and the way we live in America and the way we live here, and how things don't make sense, and how, you know, it really is harder for us to be able to live our lives a certain way while everybody else is making money, and you guys are living in gated communities and all these things, but there's people on the streets. You got homeless veterans. People who went off and fought, and I don't want to use homeless veterans, you know, but you got veterans out here on the streets who fought in a war that cannot make rent because you want to make rent so sky high, and I know that's a state problem. That is a state problem, but it's still an issue that Congress and these people in the House, and you know, that you guys need to be able to talk about those things that really fucking matter to us, because it seems like every single year, no matter how much money you make, no matter what bracket you enter into, you cannot make money because you're breaking yourself spending the money. It's like the more you make, the more they take. Like, I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to put my business out there, but like, as a federal worker, they take so much in taxes. Like, we make money, but they take so much in taxes, right? Like, I be looking at that shit, my W-2s, I be like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, what is going on here? Like, this is just absurd. What's the point of me working so fucking hard? Like, it's so annoying. But oh my God, I'm just glad they did. You know what? But what I will say is I'm thankful. I'm thankful to God that they did do this 45 days to revisit it. It just sucks because it's like, if they do a shutdown, it's going to be around the holidays. You know, that's even worse. Like, why would you want to do a shutdown during the holidays? Like, that's not making sense to me. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all. Like, it really doesn't, this government shutdown shit does not make sense. And it's just frustrating that they do this to the people every single fucking year when something doesn't go their way. Like, it's not fair to the folks out there who are really busting their ass, working really hard to do what they got to do to make ends meet, and then you pull this shit. It's dumb. And I don't care what political side you're on. I don't care if you're left, right, central, purple, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tend to call myself sky blue because like I tend to lean a little more left, but there's some things on the right that I agree with, you know. So I don't want to call myself purple because I'm not right in the center. I'm sky blue. I'm the lightest of the blues, okay? Let's just say that. I'm the lightest of the blues, okay? That's what I am. Because I wouldn't call myself an extreme left because I'm not extreme left. I feel like there's some people on the left, like the extreme left, that are just like, girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what life are you living to be like saying some of the shit that you saying? Like, I don't get it. And there's some, you know, and you already know how the right is. Like, the far right, oh my God, those are the most scariest fucking people in the world. I'm telling you, those are the most scariest people in the world. Oh my God, like the most scary. You know what? Let me go ahead and go on to my next rant. So I'm going to use this as a segue into the rant that I want to talk about. So me and a friend were talking one day, and he said, he showed me this meme. He showed me this meme about something. It was like some race related meme, and I started laughing about it. And let me use that word slight. He's not my friend. He's just a coworker friend. So we're at work, and he showed me a meme, and I was like, oh, okay. And I laughed about it. And then, he showed me another meme, and I like looked at it. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, it was weird. And then I squinted at it. He said squint, and I looked at it and it said, it's okay to be white. And I was like, okay, like, and I started laughing about it, and he was like, okay, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, yeah, bro, I know it's okay. And we started, and granted, I'm not saying this to put him out there as like some type of racist person. That's not what I'm doing. Nor am I capping for him, okay? Or caping for him, however the new girls say that the terms today. I'm not caping for him, but like in that sense of that conversation, me and him have those conversations often. And he was like, well, sometimes he's like, to be honest, bro, he's like, I feel like I could talk to you about this. So I'm gonna talk to you about it. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, sometimes I do feel like as a white person, like because of what's going on, especially like throughout social media, like white people get blamed for everything nowadays. And I was like, oh, go on, keep going. So he keeps talking to me about stuff, and I was like, well, you know what it feels like to be black now, right? And he started laughing. I was like, yeah, you know exactly what it feels like. Like now you've that place of what you've been feeling like the whole entire time. You know what it feels like now, huh? I was like, you don't think black people feel some type of way when we think about like every black person, every time a mass shooting happens, every black person says, I hope they're not black. Most black people think that. They think that in their mind, that when a mass shooting happens, or when a robbery happens, or something happens, or something catastrophic happens in the media or some type of scandal, you don't think black people think like, oh, I hope he's not black, because we already know that people are going to act a certain way towards black people when they see black people doing certain things in the media, like, or something like I said, catastrophic happen as far as like some type of sting or some type of issue or some type of something. We always think, oh shit, I hope he's not black. But especially with that mass shooting shit, because I remember I was in a room one time with one of my friends, and we were talking about that shit. And he was like, do you ever, when a mass shooting happens and they haven't told the description of the person yet, we always say, I hope he's not black, right? And I said, yes, most black people feel that way because we already know how it feels. We get blamed for everything already, especially when it comes to, stealing, robbing, people getting, people getting, like all types of shit. And so as a black person, you have this heightened feeling like, oh man, I know for a fact that I'm going to get blamed for something that I'm not a part of. So you as a white person, you feel that shit now. And I just feel like this meme that I see this meme so much on Instagram sometimes when I'm scrolling through and I see somebody post it up, and I always end up, it's always usually like some power lifter that I'm following, because sometimes like I'll be following some of these people for the thirst traps. I don't really be following them just to be following them. I'll just be following them for the thirst traps. Most of the times, yeah. I'm just following them for the thirst traps. I don't really care about anything else. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them I most definitely do. But yeah, so like it's mostly them that I see that shit from. And so sometimes it's so funny to me when I see people post it up or say stuff about it, because it's like, where is this coming from? And I always challenge to say, what are you consuming? Do you really feel like this? Do you have black friends? Do you have real black friends, like real life black friends? Like, do you really have black friends? And if you do, where were you at when black friends were getting crucified in the media? Where were you at when Black Lives Matter? And I'm not talking about the organization, but I'm talking about just people in general. When they had Black Lives Matter signs up, people would treat them a certain way. Are you in your black friends' lives that deal with racism unconsciously and consciously on a day-to-day basis? Are you? Do you protect your black friends when racism and racial prejudices arise? Do you do that? Ask yourself that personally as an individual, and then you'll see why you're so focused on that it's okay to be white, because I don't think anyone's telling you that it's not okay to be white. And I think sometimes, I don't know how to say this, but I think that sometimes when people hear certain, like, I believe that we live in a society now where buzzwords create so much chaos. Like the word like the phrase toxic masculinity, like that really, like when people hear that, they shut down. They don't even want to talk about it because I don't understand how you are not realizing that masculinity itself is not toxic. It's certain ways of masculinity that can be toxic. Like there's certain things that you can do that's a toxic version of masculinity. Just like there's a certain way of like certain femininity that's toxic as fuck. I talked about this on my last show about the damsel in distress thing that a lot of women do. That's a toxic trait of toxic femininity. A lot of women do this damsel in distress and it causes so much chaos. It really does. Oh, I'm a woman. Oh, you can't talk to me like that because I'm a woman. No, I'll talk to you any way I fucking want to. Especially if you disrespect me. Like, now I don't just go around talking to people any type of way, but the moment you start disrespecting me, guess what? I'm gonna get disrespectful too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of things that happen that people need to. There's a lot of things with, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. I was gonna like go off on a whole different tangent. When I said those things, the buzzwords is really what really fucks people up. And so I think when I hear the word whiteness, people literally just, especially white people freak the fuck out because they think, oh, you're being racist. And it's like, no, I'm just talking about, like, I think that if you know me, especially if you know me as an individual, and not even just know me as an individual, if you just know anybody out out there. A lot of times when people discuss certain things, they're not discussing things from a lens of wanting to be mean. And for me as an individual, if I talk to you about something in as far as like when it comes to race relations and I express to you about something, I'm not calling you a racist. I'm not even saying that you have the advantages or that you have it better than me. I'm just saying that these are certain things that hinder me from being successful. And let me say something about that, because I was just about to talk about white privilege. Anytime someone ever talks about white privilege, it's never saying that white people have it better. But I don't understand that you as a white person who has never had to like focus on your race and certain things that happen to you as a white man or a white woman, is that your race has never been, you have never been treated a certain way due to the fact that you are just a white person. To say that white privilege is not real and to say and use this fucking meme that, you know, it's okay to be white. Like, you've never had to deal with your race. I had to deal with that shit since I was a young kid. I told this story once before on this show and I'll tell it again. I was in the first fucking grade and my friend Joe that lived up the street from me, he wanted me to come over after school to play fucking Super Mario on the Super Nintendo and eat snacks, eat gummy bears. I told Joe, let me go ask my mom. I went and asked my mom. She said, yeah. We went, and then he went and asked his mom. She said, yeah, he can come over. I came over. We played Super Nintendo, fucking playing Mario Brothers and shit. We sitting there eating gummy bears and shit. He went downstairs to go get some snacks and he left the door cracked open, and I heard his mom literally say, why did you leave him up there? Why'd you leave him up there? And he was like, he didn't say nothing. She's like, I told you, those people like to steal. Like, you don't leave those people up there. You have stuff up there and he might take it. So what did I tell you about that? I went home and told my mom about that, and my mom ain't never let me, and it's so fucked up. My mom was so pissed off, and she ain't never let me hang out with that kid ever again at school. She actually had me transfer in different classes because of that. Or was getting ready to have me transfer, and then he ended up leaving the school anyways. Yeah. My mom, my mom was infuriated, and I had to experience that in the first grade. So when you talk to me about racism and privilege and shit, it's like, when did you discover that you was black? When did you discover that you were different? When did you discover that you had that people put stereotypes on you? When did you discover that? Because I knew it when I was a young ass kid that I was different, and that somebody that this little issue that I had going on, or sorry, hold on, let me rephrase that. That this issue would arise due to the fact that I was a black young kid and that I was hanging out with a white boy, a young white kid himself, and we were best of friends in the first grade. And the fact that we can't even be friends anymore due to the fact that your mother has these racial stereotypes glued into her head about black people. That's crazy. That's just something that a first grader shouldn't have to deal with. And that's something that's still, so that's the privilege that you have, bro. That's the privilege that you have, that you don't have to deal with that. And let me say something also too about what I said earlier. One thing about me is that as a black man, I already know that racism and prejudices are something that I had to deal with consciously and unconsciously. And it may be the excuse, but it's not the reason why I can't be successful. So I already know that. So it's like, you can't tell me like, oh, I shouldn't think about that. No, nigga, I am going to think about that because it affects me. But I also know that that's not the reason why I can't be successful. All I'm saying is that, you know, that there are certain obstacles and certain things that you go through or that I go through that you don't have to go through. And that's just not fair. I've seen so many people be overqualified for certain things and not get picked due to or not overqualified, but qualified to get things. You can even say overqualified and still not get certain positions due to the fact that they are a black person, and vice versa. There's also been the diversity picks. I agree on that. I agree that diversity picks are a real thing. Like I see it all the time in companies where they pick the black person due to the fact that they want to have a diversity pick. They want to have a token black man. That's not something that I'm not aware of. I'm aware of it, but you have to also understand it's playing the system just like you got to play the system. So you can sit there and be mad, but get it how you live, right? Get it how you live, right? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, right? Get it how you live, right? So that does not negate the fact that you still have, there's just certain privileges there's certain things that you are not going to experience as a white person that I experience as a black man. And that's just that. And it's like, when people talk about it, it's because we want to put the experience out there. We don't want your sympathy. We don't want you to pat us on the back and say, oh my God, black man, I'm so sorry for this. And can you please forgive? We don't want you. Like, I hate when I see there's some white people that just really fucking frustrate me when when they do this whole, like, they play a big sympathy card for black folks, and it be all just for attention most of the times. You know, that what's that shit that I was talking about a couple episodes ago with Tony was on here and we talked about it. Oh, performative allyship. Like, it's annoying. Like, there's a lot of white people out there who do that. They tokenize black people and make us feel like, you know, we are your ally and we love you, but behind closed doors are being racist or walking across the street when they see a black person, or, you know, like, all types of shit, like, you know, like, all types of weird ass shit. Like, I already know what it is. I know what it is, and it's annoying, man. Like, I feel like this whole thing with racism is just a mind fuck. For most of us, it's a mind fuck. And so, again, like I said, when I see that meme, it's so triggering in a way where it's just like, it's so problematic, bro. Why are you posting stuff like that? Like, and it's probably, okay, it's not problematic in a way for me. It's problematic for the person who posted it, because I know something's going on with you. Like, something's mentally wrong with you, or something is emotionally unstable with you. Like, you know, I've been hearing a lot of another buzz phrase that I hear all the time. It's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a real thing, and I think a lot of us do not have it. That's one thing I will say. That's one thing I will say, is that a lot of us do not have emotional intelligence, and I think it's something that a lot of us got to work on, because I think when I see it's okay to be white, the meme, I always think that this person is consuming a lot of, like, the Fox News rhetoric and, you know, the super right-wing conservative bullshit. Like, they consume that stuff and they begin to believe that's real life and that's what's happening in society. Like, it's so funny when I hear people come from, like, different states, and they come from different states and they're like, oh my God, Fox News said Portland is like this, and it's really not that bad. It's just in one area. Oh my God. And it's just in, like, certain pockets of Portland where it's really bad, and there's other parts of Portland where it's really cool. Like, I really like it out here. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I didn't, you know, like, people are not breaking into people's houses and breaking into hotels and doing all this extra shit that people are saying that they're doing. Like, it's actually cool. Like, yeah, I've seen some homeless and stuff, and I've seen some camps and things like that, but it's not like it's like everywhere how people are making it seem like it's just everywhere. People are just making it seem like the parks are just taken over by the homelessness, and it's just like one park that where there's outskirt of homeless people there, like, whatever it is. And I was like, yeah, because a lot of times these these news outlets and social media things, like, they make it seem like that, and then you have these activists who get online and they act like this is what's happening all in Portland every single day, and it's not really like that. It's not like that. And I'm not saying that what people go through on an individual level is not important either, because there is some fucked up shit going on here in Portland. I will say internally, we don't have a good mayor. I will say that. I'm sorry to say it. I'll say it again. Our mayor has been failing us like terrible. Like, yes, the mayor has been failing us terribly, and I'll say that. And it sucks that, you know, this stuff is happening the way that it's happening here in Portland. Like, Portland, we deserve way more for what we have going on here. And this used to be a really good city. I lived here my whole entire life. I'm a fucking Portland native. I was born and raised here, and so this is not the Portland that I'm used to. I see it changing every single year, and I think it's starting to get worse. So there's that. But yeah, I think that sometimes people really need to watch what they're consuming when it comes to social media and things of that sort, because that shit tends to fuck you up emotionally. Because I remember the year when Trayvon Martin got killed. I remember that year, and I remember how emotional I got about it. Like, yes, it really was a fucked up thing, but I realized how emotional it took me, where I had some really good white people in my life, and I lost a lot of good friends because I stopped hanging out with them due to the fact that, like, I didn't trust white people. Like, I started realizing, like, the media, the media stuff that I started consuming, I really wasn't fucking with white folks at one point in time. Like, I really was not. Like, I really wasn't, bro. And I started realizing, like, it really is what we consume. Like, I don't like watching videos of, like, people getting killed and stuff. Like, don't send me that stuff. Like, I'm very, very serious. Do not send me videos of black people getting shot and killed by police. I don't want to see that shit. Just say this is what happened, explain it, and that's it. The only time I catch videos like that is if I catch it online and I catch it. Like, yeah, just like that video where that kid went around in that grocery store and was killing everybody, and I saw that shit fucked me up for weeks. Like, that shit fucked me up for weeks, had my stomach turning, because that's what happens when you see stuff like that. You're not supposed to be seeing people that look like you get killed like that, bro. You're just not. Like, you're not supposed to see that. And the fact that you're seeing it, no, that's not okay. That really will fuck you up. So again, we have to really watch what media we consume. And that's even with racial stuff, because people put out all these fake ass things all the time. Like, it's so funny to me, like, and then, like, I feel like white liberals and white conservatives battle it out so much. There we go. Boom. That's that's what I wanted to talk about before I really got onto my next rant. White people, white conservatives and white liberals really fucking fight it out a lot. And they really fight it out about race relationships a lot. And I watch it unfold so much on social media. And I think that sometimes when there's some white liberals who are talk about, or white Democrats, liberal, whatever you want to call it, because I don't necessarily know how to, like, I'm not too politics savvy a lot. So if you notice in the first I really didn't drop a lot of statistics about, the government shutdown, because I'm not very politically savvy enough to know everything about that. I still think the government shutdown is stupid because of how it affects people. But what I'm trying to get at is that, a lot of, left and right people fight about, white left and right folks fight about racism and fight about diversity a lot. And I notice it so much, and they argue about it so much, and they never talk to the people that it affects the most, is the actual people of color. Like, they never really do. They just think they know what they're talking about. Like, that's what really frustrates me. Like, most of y'all don't even have real white, like, black friends or a diverse group of friends. Like, I talk about, like, when I see, like, right-wing people talk about, like, friendships of black people, and then I see their friend groups, and their friend groups is all white people, and they only have social media black friends. Like, they don't have real life black friends. They just have social media black friends. That's how I know, like, girl, get out my face. You ain't got no real black friends. I'm not saying go out and make black friends. I'm just saying, like, how do you know about blackness and black shit and the black and what I go through as a black man, and you don't have black friends? You just have, like, a lot of white people do this, especially the white people on the right. The white people on the right do this all the time. The white people on the right, they follow a lot of black conservatives and black people who I guess I could say go against the grain and I don't want to be a part of that. They don't want to be known as black, or, people who, like, deviate away from their culture as a black person, like that type of shit. Like, it kills me so much when we talk about, when I talk to, like, a lot of black people who, like, I've been sending out emails about having black conservatives come on my show, and none of them wants to come on. And a lot of it is, I got declined by 2 of them, and a lot of it is due to the fact that they know what's gonna pop if they get on the show with me. They know what's gonna pop. Like a good handful of them know what's gonna pop if they get on the show with me. So so we already know, how that's gonna go off. So that's just really what it is. Where I want to go with this. I do think that, like, the white folks really follow these people because they are the token black folks. Like, it's so funny seeing white conservatives talk about tokenism and black tokenism and all this shit, but they actually are friends with the black tokens. Like, they consume the black tokenism media content and all that shit, and follow them and talk to them and all that shit. They follow them, they talk to them and all that shit. But you talk about black people, tokenism of black folks and all this shit, but you're talking to a token black man or black woman. Like, come on now. Like, don't even play. Like, I have so much to say. I have so much to say right now, because it's just like, it's so funny. Like, and I can't go too far about this because I'm already 40 minutes into the show, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do my last rant. I gotta do my last rant. But, like, I just don't understand why this happens so much with, like, Black conservatives. Black conservatives are so evil and so like, and you know what? Like, let me take that back. Not all of them are evil, because I understand why they chose to be a conservative. There are some though that are doing this just for monetary gain. They're not doing this because, oh, I really am a conservative. No, it's the easy way out. Get it how you live. Like I said earlier, get it how you fucking live, right? Get it how you live. Like, that's what they're doing. They're not doing this because they want to make money, or not because they want to make money. They're doing this because they want to make money. They don't necessarily care about what they're saying. They know they got to create a narrative and a story for you to follow, to like, to share. And you do it all the time. And when I say you, I'm talking about the white folks. I'm talking about y'all. Y'all do it all the time. Okay, I'm done. Next rant. Cause y'all getting on my motherfucking nerves. Let me y'all see, y'all got me so frazzled with this topic that I'm just like, I need to lubricate right quick. Yeah, drink my green tea. Anyways. Man, you know what? I was really like debating about talking about this on here because I talk about dating all the time. But men fucking suck, y'all. Men fucking suck. Men fucking suck. Men suck. Men suck ass, girl. I don't want to sound like a I don't want to sound like I'm a shit. I don't want to sound like I'm a part of the man hating club or he man hating club. I don't want to sound like I'm a part of that. But sometimes men really do fucking suck. They really do. They really do. They really do. They really do. I think dating is really hard now, and I'm 35. I've never had a boyfriend. Like, I've never been in a relationship with a man. I've only dated. And I know some people look at dating and relationship differently, and so do I. I believe that dating is just like you're just courting somebody for the moment. You can be either exclusive or non-exclusive, but like I've only been dating non-exclusive and exclusive, but I've never had a guy ask me to be his boyfriend, to be in a relationship. Like, I've never been in a relationship with a man. I've only been in a relationship with a woman, like 2 women. That was it. And that was like in high school. But everybody else, like, nah, just exclusive. I've been in like several non-exclusives, and I've been in 2 exclusive dating type of things. Like, we're just dating exclusively. We're not dating anybody else. We're just dating each other. We're courting each other right now. He's not my boyfriend, which I know that's a weird thing that people say, but I understand it. You know, like, we're exclusively dating each other right now. And maybe that is like a weird way to say, like, this person, I'm just testing the waters with him, you know? But I think like when you're exclusively dating someone, is like, that's the only person I'm having sex with right now because, you know, several various reasons or whatever. But I don't want to get too deep into the technicalities of what dating is and what is not dating. But I think that a lot of times it's so many fuckboys out here. It's so many fuckboys. And a lot of us, like, speaking of emotional intelligence, a lot of us really just put ourselves in really dumbass situations. Like, for real. And before I just really dig deep into like emotional intelligence and the stupid shit that we put ourselves through, like, I just feel like sometimes the ways of dating nowadays are just stupid, and people are scared to date. People just want to fuck, and I get that, especially in the gay community. I can only speak for the gay community right now because I'm speaking it from a gay person's perspective. I think that just dating men is horrible right now, and I feel like every guy that I meet is either they're just playing a fucking game. So honestly, like, my walls are so built up now that I don't want to let anybody in on that level anymore. I don't want anybody to like love me sometimes. Like, I'm scared for people to love on me. Like, I realize how even on my birthday, like, it felt so weird to have people show me love and show me affection because like I don't know how to receive it anymore. I don't know how to receive it. And that sucks that I allowed my romantic life to affect the way I am with friends and family and shit. Like, it's weird. Like, it's weird that happens the way that it happens, but it's weird. And so like I realize, and just there's several other things too that just frustrate me. Like, the dating apps are just horrible. Like, all I get on there is nothing but closeted men who are married. Like, oh my God, the amount of men who get on there who are in the closet, like on the dating apps, like all of them, Bumble, Facebook, like, and you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to judge Bumble for a second. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because I'm not going to get sued. Bumble is not going to sue me, but I will say there's a feature on Bumble that I'm just really weird. I'm curious about. And it's the friends, the Bumble's friend, section, the BFF section. That's weird to me. I get a lot of closeted men on that section. A lot of dudes get on there, they're in the closet. And I'm like, girl, like, and I get on there just to see, and I ain't gonna lie, I'll get on there and trying to see what's gonna pop. But a lot of them be like married and shit and like looking for friends. And then when I swipe, you know, left on them or whatever it is, we chat for a little bit, and they sending me dick pics and shit and ass pics, and they want to get fucked, and they got a whole ass girlfriend, like, and I'm just like, ooh, girl, like, ooh, girl, like, no, like, I thought you were just looking for friends, like, you're looking for a buddy to live with, like, that's what you're looking for, like, let's do that, like, let's be friends, like, if that's what you're looking for, a group of friends to live with and stuff like that, let's do that, right? Like, it shouldn't be some weird ass like sexual thing, like, it should just be like, let's get it in, right? Why are we sending ass pictures and dick pics, bro? Like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't understand that. But you know, that's just the way it is. In Tinder, that's how it is all the time. I see people all the time on their profile talking about they're looking for a lady, and like, I'm like, how the fuck do I see your profile? How do I see your profile if you're looking for a lady? Your thing should say ladies only. Your thing, like, I don't understand how, if I'm looking for a lady, why is your setting set to everyone, or men and women? Your setting should be set to women if that's what you want. And that's why, like, oh, bitch, I'm dropping T. I shouldn't drop the T so hard like that. But that's really how it be on Tinder. These motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm looking for a lady who will love me right, and blah, 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 and I can do this with her, and I'm seeing your whole ass profile, and we match, and you talking about, oh, I want to eat your ass and do all these things to you. Girl, please, leave me alone. Like, dating is just horrible. Like, I just got myself out of a really weird situation with someone. I don't even know if I got myself out of it. That's the emotional intelligence I'm trying to talk about right now. I don't even know if I got myself out of this situation, but like, I was dating a guy for a little bit, and it was really nice at the beginning. Like, at the first month, it was really, and it wasn't even a month, a couple weeks, I guess you could say a month. I was talking to him for a while, but it was really like annoying to deal with what I had to deal with, because I really liked this guy. I really was like into him. He was everything that I liked. He's a fucking power lifter. Like, he does some other stuff that I want to really talk about on here, because I don't want to be too messy, but he was everything that I wanted in a guy, as far as like physical features, everything. Like, he's fucking handsome as hell. Like, he's not ugly. He's really fucking handsome. But like, he just had some really fucked up things going on for himself, like some really fucked up emotional stuff. And like, when I first met him, I felt like I was in heaven. When I first met him, like, the butterflies was on, girl. Like, when I saw him walk through the door at the because we went on a coffee date for the first time. When I saw him walk into the door, oh my God. Like, I was like, you know that song, what's that song by Mary J. Blige? Fuck. I forgot what song it was, but I had a song going on in my head when he first walked in. Like, that's how I knew. I was like, ooh, my man. Like, and then I just felt so embarrassed, because I was posting all those posts about my man and shit, and like, he's not my man anymore. Like, you know, oh, that shit hit me in the stomach so bad, because I was posting it so much, and like, I was so happy to talk to him every single day and like see him, like, you know, like shit like that. And like, then it just went dud. Like, and I was just like, what the fuck did I just put myself through? Like, I went through a whole month of like crying and like sadness and like frustrated and feeling stupid as fuck, like all those things. And then like, I guess that's a level of shame. And I think now that I'm getting to a point where I'm like hitting the crossroads of like, maybe I shouldn't continue to like, you know, feel this way, because I have so much shit that I got going on, things I got coming around. Like, again, he was a good person. He's not a bad person. I still don't think he's a bad person. And in fact, like, if he was to tell me like, hey, I really like you still, and I want to be friends with you, and I want to hang out sometimes and do things, like, I would be down for just like friendship and shit like that. Like, I ain't gotta be with him, but like, at the same time, like, I already know me too as a person. I think that's very important when you get to know who you are and what you like and what you do, because I think a lot of times we don't have that emotional intelligence of how we feel. A lot of us really just put our feelings we put our feelings at bay due to wanting to have someone in our lives. And I think that's probably the reason why so many people be in abusive relationships, is that they don't realize when something's not healthy for them. They really don't. They really do not realize when something is not healthy for them, because they put themselves in situations due to the fact that they want this person. They think that this is the person for them. And granted, I don't think that I'm in an abusive relationship or put myself in abuse. I don't think that I was going to put myself in an abusive relationship, but I realized that there's a lot of things that I have going on that I need to work on probably by myself right now, and that he can't help me. He can't be like my peace. Like, that's what I want. I want somebody to be my peace. I want somebody when I'm having a bad day, I want to come home or see them on the weekend and I have a good weekend with them or a good day with them. That's what I want. And I don't think he could be that for me right now. And I realize that, like, I'm realizing that now. Like, I don't think that he could be that for me. And I'm kind of like forcing it, you know, because I want him, because I feel that he is the one. That's the fucked up part. And that's the emotional intelligence that where you have to like really like have self-correcting conversations with yourself about things like this, because you get yourself in situations with people and they're just not good for you. And it doesn't mean they're not good people. They're just not good for you, you know, and it sucks. It's a hard pill to swallow. Like it's been a hard pill for me to swallow. Like he's not a bad person, but like he's not good for me, you know. Mention also knowing that he's in the closet too. Like that's another thing. I just talked about closet boys on Tinder and Bumble, and I'm over here dating one. I was dating one. Like I ain't shit. But that's the truth. Like, I think like it sucks because like closeted men come with a lot of fucking baggage, bro. Like, and it depends. There's also different closeted men. Like, there's closeted men who are married. There's closeted men who has girlfriends. There's closeted men who know that they're gay but pretend like they have girlfriends and shit. Or they're just very private. Like, for real. And a lot of closeted men come with baggage. And in this situation, I feel like he was never gonna. I feel like he's never gonna liberate himself. And so I'm not in the game to help anybody free themselves from the barriers of being in that dark ass closet. Because again, like I tell people all the time, like, coming out has nothing to do with, you know, everyone knowing your business. Coming out is about liberating yourself. Coming out is about liberating who you are and telling yourself and knowing yourself who you are. It's about you. It's not about your friends, your family, your kids, your cousins, your brother, your sister, your daddy, your mama, whoever. It's about you. And when I came out on a consensus of it's me. This is what I want to live. I want to live my life freely. I want to be me. I want to live free. I want to be who I am. I don't want to be afraid of myself anymore. That's what it was, because I was afraid of myself, and I don't want to be afraid of myself anymore. And that's what I did. So it's kind of hard dating people like that. That's in the closet. You know, it's very hard, and I don't want someone to feel like they got to come out for me. Like that's too much. So I literally am going to stay away from people like that. Maybe fuck them. Like, ain't nothing wrong with fucking butts and sucking dick and all that shit, but like, I'm not trying to like date people like that are in the closet anymore. But yeah, you learn a lot. Like, you learn a lot yourself. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to have emotional intelligence, because a lot of times we put ourselves in stupid situations, and that's where I really want to talk about is like putting yourself in stupid situations. Knowing, like, I sit up here, and the fucked up part is, even though I heard that song in my head when I first met him, when we had a conversation, I do this thing where I listen to people, and I don't say nothing for a while, and I just listen, and I catch every red flag. And he had about like 9, and I saw all the red flags. I saw all the red flags, bro. I saw all the red flags about him, and I still fell in love. Yes, I said love, bitch. I said the L word. I fell for him like hard as fuck when I first met him. I fell for him, and it's so funny because I always talk about what Erykah Badu on one of her interviews. She's on an interview on what's that show called? Oh, Breakfast Club. She was on an interview on Breakfast Club, and she said sometimes when you meet somebody, it's not, oh, he's my boyfriend now. You guys are supposed to exchange something, and sometimes it's you helping them or him helping you, but like it doesn't always mean that, oh, he's my boyfriend now, you know. And I had to realize that. Like, I was, oh my god, and it just sucks because like that's what happens sometimes with some of these guys. Like, I was having a conversation with my therapist, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna play a clip from what's that show, Insecure, because you already know that's my motherfucking show. That's my motherfucking show. But I want to play y'all this clip where Issa, you know, when she was going through what she was going through with Nathan, right? And she went to his house and was stalking shit. And like, that's what I was going through last week. Like, last week I was doing too much prying. Like, I was prying like a motherfucker. I was like doing some investigation shit, and I was just going through it, and I called my therapist in the midst of me just having like an emotional breakdown over this shit. And this is literally what Molly said that my therapist pretty much said.
East, what's What's going on? For real.
Don't say too much. She might try to stop you from sneaking back in.
I know your ass not thinking about sneaking back in there.
No.
She was, though.
Then you need to let this go. Is you up there hacking a nigga's laptop?
Okay.
Fuck Nathan. These niggas don't care about nobody. Okay, they'll have you acting all outside of yourself if you let them.
I don't know. I just keep thinking it's my fault.
It's not your fault. How is this your fault?
Because I let him in. Maybe I shouldn't have been so honest. Maybe it scared him.
If he gets scared off because you were too real, then why you want him, girl?
That shit was the realest shit ever, and I hope that was enough minutes because your boy not trying to get sued. Copyright laws are real. Copyright laws are real, baby. I'm not trying to get sued. Not at all. But no, that's the real shit. Like, I was really sitting here thinking like, this is all my fault. Like, it's my fault. I pushed him away. I was too vulnerable. I opened up, and it was like, if you did all this shit, you opened up to him, you were being yourself, and you was living and loving yourself the way that you live and love yourself. Why is it your fault? Why are you stressing out over this? It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. And it really hit me. Like, my therapist was like going in on me though, because he was like, I can't believe you did all that. I was like, girl, I was like, I'm not gonna tell y'all what I did, but I did some investigating some shit, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sitting up here like trying to get you, and like, oh no, you looking stupid, bro. So yeah, oh well, it is what it is. I'm not too pressed about it anymore. It's just, it is what it is. Like, I'm not really trying to deal with it anymore. I just know now, for now, like, I'm not gonna be looking stupid dating somebody in the closet. I'm not gonna, if you're in the closet, like, we can't date. We can fuck. Wanna fuck? Okay. And I'm not gonna make you come. I'm just gonna fuck you and go home. Or not. I'm not, oh my God, I'm not gonna make you come. I'm gonna fuck you and go home. Like, that's it. I'm not cuddling with you. I'm not doing anything else with you. Just going home. But yeah, anyways, guys, it's starting to get it's time to go. I just recorded this, and you gonna hear some sounds outside because the people in my apartments are starting to clean the outside area for some odd reason when they could have did that this morning. But whatever, it's their job. I can't wait to the day where I'm able to get a studio so I don't have to deal with that shit, or buy like better compressor equipment, so like have like soundproof stuff. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I was thinking about getting some sounding stuff and put it on my windows, but I be needing my windows to be opened up. And I be wanting to get sunlight in my room someday. So definitely can't wait till the day where I'm able to go to a studio and just like record my podcast in the studio. But there's that. But y'all, we're at the end of the show. I want to say thank you guys again for liking, sharing, subscribing. And I seriously want to say that I really do appreciate you guys listening to my podcast. Like, there's so many podcasts that are built every single day. There's millions of podcasts right now. The podcast game has been so saturated now. It's so saturated now. And like, the fact that you guys click on my show and listen to it and share it and like what I talk about and even use my content sometimes in the clips or in some of y'all captions and shit, some of my little phrases that I be using, which I need to hurry up and fucking copyright for somebody be using all the time. But like, I need to, like, the fact that you guys do this, like, I really do appreciate the fact that you guys listen to my show. Like, I'm a nobody. I'm not a Joe Rogan or some big person. Like, you guys actually take the time out to listen to my show and share and like and subscribe. Like, I really do appreciate that. It's a lot that, like, to talk about, or not to talk about, but to be appreciated about, because it's like, wow, I have people listening to my show from different places in different states. Like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I'm just a fucking podcaster that lives in Portland, Oregon, who's doing this shit in his room, you know what I'm saying, using a couple of interface, and sometimes using my phone for video, like, and you guys are loving my shit. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you again. I can't wait to drop season 5, and I'll see y'all on Thursday when it drops. All right, peace.